Hey guys, BrokeGamer81 here, and today I'm going to be doing a versus, basically, so a comparison between the regular voice remote and the voice remote Pro. Both are from Roku, as you can see here. So let's start with the voice remote. The voice remote is just your typical voice remote, as the name implies. What's different about this versus a simple remote is on simple remote you don't have TV controls and volume controls. Along with that, you don't have the voice feature, which is what is on here. And what every Roku remote in general has, excluding the so not including the simple remote, you have the voice recognition feature here. So when you want to use, you just hold the voice button down and you talk to the remote, and then release it when you want to do a voice command. And this one runs on AAA batteries, and I mentioned that because on the voice remote Pro, I'll show you all guys how that one works. So you have your directional pad, which is basically your navigation, rewind, fast forward, like undo button usually, and then your options. This is like a 30-second restart, I think it is. And then you have your hotkeys. So yeah, so your hotkeys are programmed to basically paid services that when you buy the device, I have a streaming stick 4K, so that's what this came from. So let me show you all guys that right now. Just don't mind the mess here. I just haven't had enough time to clean it. So it's behind my TV. So that's the beauty of the streaming stick 4K, is you can have it behind your TV right there, and you can see that it's on. And basically how it works is you just slap it inside your TV, like you just slap it on your HDMI port, and then you either can power it off of the USB port on your TV, or you can put it on a wall outlet. I put it on my USB because it just looks a little bit better. It looks more hidden. And then what you see here is your long range receiver for your Wi-Fi, what they call it, but I just call it the Wi-Fi thing. That's what I call it, at least. So that's where the voice remote regular comes in. That's where this one comes in. The voice remote Pro is what I've been using for a little bit, and so it's more or less the same as a voice remote regular, but now you notice there's a 1 and 2, and I've actually programmed it. So on my Roku right here, and then this isn't an official Roku TV, but if you notice here, if I press the 1, it loads my Spotify, which is cool. So it's personalized shortcut buttons. So you can map it to whatever you want. So I have Spotify, my first one, and the second one is Pluto. Let me just show you that right here. And it takes a minute for it to load, because that's how Pluto is. I don't want to get copyright claimed, even if I'm, a smaller YouTuber. But I just went back to the home screen. Now, about the battery feature. So this remote is rechargeable. If you see right there, all you need to do is just charge it with a cord and you're good. And if you look on the back, there's actually no battery compartment since it's rechargeable. So you have your pairing button, which is how you get it to the Roku. And it decided to... Oh, okay. That's another feature I forgot to show. So, let me just... There we go. So, on the side here, not including the features from the original voice remote, so this one doesn't have private listening and hands-free feature. That's what this is. So you have, when this is on, the Roku is listening to you, but it's not like tracking anything you say. It's not going to work for the government, basically. And then you have private listening. So if you have any pairs of headphones that you want to plug into late at night, you want to watch a movie or whatever, there you go. But if you flip this down, if you heard that beep or that chime, it's off now. But if I flip it back on, it'll make another chime. And I just muted my TV. It's kind of finicky with one hand, but you know. And actually, what I'll do is I'll basically chuck my remote over to where that gray basket is. So I'm going to show you all the voice feature. So let's see here. I'm not the best thrower on my left hand, but I made it. All right, and now let's say you lost your remote, and that's where the hands-free feature comes in really handy. Let's say you lost your remote and you need to find it. You could just say, "Hey Roku, where's my remote?" And if you hear it, there's a chime. So there's like a beeping coming from wherever it might be. And then once you find it, you just press the buttons. You press any button to disable that chime. And I'd say if you have the money, if you don't want to spend $100 on a Roku Ultra, but you want this remote, it's $30 from Walmart. That's where I got mine. And if you're kind of on a budget, maybe stick with the voice remote. Maybe stick with this voice remote if you're trying to upgrade from your simple remote. Maybe stick with this one. This one, I've seen at Walmart for about $20. So it's an extra 10 for this remote, which isn't bad, but if you're on a budget, just like I say, stick with the regular voice remote. So if you want to spend $20 or $30, you know, it's totally up to you. But personally, I would try investing in the Voice Remote Pro. It is kind of weighty, so it has a little bit of weight. It's, you know, a little thicker than the Voice Remote regular. So it's a little bit bigger, but it's not bad. Actually, I think this is pretty good for $30. You get personalized shortcuts, you get hands-free feature, private listening. You know, and I think that's actually pretty good. The only thing you can't do with this thing, if you try doing the hands-free feature, you can't ask for the weather. For some reason, Roku's, they don't support the weather. But you can turn it, you can turn your TV on and off. My TV doesn't work with that. But you can do it if your TV supports it. And, you know, like, if you're on YouTube, let's say, but, you know, you don't want to have to deal with your remote, you can try navigating with it. You basically just navigate the menu, not fully, because again, I've tried it, but you can do that. You can play your videos, you can pause your videos, fast forward, whatever, just with your voice. And you can raise or lower the volume on your TV with it. It's actually pretty good. So, again, it's up to, you know, it's all up to you. If you want to get the voice remote regular or the pro, if you're on a budget, just get the regular voice remote. If you kind of want to shell out that extra 10 for the voice remote pro, then go for it. But yeah, that's basically the versus match that I had for the voice remote regular and the voice remote pro. Hope you guys enjoyed.